Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival. It's the penultimate episode before Christmas. Yay! And yeah, we've got a lot to do. Actually, I always say that, but we actually have a lot to do this particular episode. But yeah, this episode is about trying to finish this hull. All of it. We're not going to weld it, but we want to at least get it all laid down. Okay, so we're going to get a bunch of steel plate and we're just going to start filling in the gaps of where we know. And from there we'll sort of figure it out. Very scientific. So let's see, this is the top, the very, very top. And we're going to have to join onto there at some point. So I'm going to start with just filling in these bits. We need to change that. So once again, you know, we're not going to be doing any welding this episode unless it's critical stuff that needs to be welded to know if it works. Other than that, we're just going to be laying down hull. Figure out what's going in there. I can't put weapons on yet though, because the whole hull needs welding up before we go down that route. Right, so we've taken it out. I'm going to put it's down a center line, so this is typically where all the big weaponry stuff's going to be. Turn it facing that way. Are we going to have any problems with air tightness if I do that? I don't think so. That should be fine. Right. So we'll weld those. And we can still access the actual materials. Put another one in here. Bingo. Right. Any more? Any more for any more? Definitely one there. Good. Okay. There'll be more over that way. I need to... Well, we need to get around the back and do a lot of that eventually. But we're going to work forward before we work back. So... Okay, there's another one here. You definitely need to be something. Yep. Now I need to work my way across from here to there, and I might be better doing that from down. So we'll start way over there. Is there a way to get to where I want to put it in without messing around? No, so I'm going to put a little ramp in. Right. Can I put you in there now? Yes. So we're just going to run a straight line along here. Bang. Okay. So we know that much. We know exactly that that is going to connect like that. This bit here, I think is going to have to connect the same. That needs covering over anyway. Do that on both sides. I will have to weld up certain parts where it's going to get itself into spots where it'll end up unwelded if we don't. So interior stuff we'll have to weld. Some of these blocks, though, they could be interior blocks, but I don't want to just make everything interior blocks. Especially that was lightning. That was definitely lightning. Yes, we got a thunderstorm. Oh my goodness. That means radiation and stuff. Where was the safest place to go? I think it would be down to the hangar. I can't work through a lightning storm because radiation. And like the chances of being struck are extremely high. We need to do all this as well. Whoa! This is horrible. Okay, so we had this whole section here as well, forward of the ship. There's probably going to need to be a bit of something in there. This room, for all intents and purposes, though, is done. It's airtight. Fully functional. Certainly does its job. I've got access to energy. I've got access to food. So, and we've got a weather report as well. So we need to wait for the electric storm to go. Here's the wind. Our viewing area up there. It looks pretty good, this thing. I don't know how much damage this storm's going to do. Speaking of which... Oof. Okay. I have little choice but to wait. Someone got struck up there. That's around about where the bridge is. We definitely need to get this ship finished and then we can get off this planet. Get ourselves over to Earth-like and start doing some proper building. Well, the wind stopped, but we're still seeing some... Is it gone? No. Bit deceptive there. When the wind stops, do not assume that the lightning stopped. Oh. Right, apparently it's clear now. We're gonna... I suppose we can trust it. Let's just eat one more food so we've got slightly better foodness. And then we'll see how the damage looks. Well, that's the wrong way for starters. Right, so... not seeing anything immediately here, but it's not a particularly vulnerable spot, so... Oh, okay. We lost a couple there for sure. What about inside here? Oh, yeah. I feel like we're okay now. Right, so now I need to put anything back that I don't need and get a load of steel plate. Weld these up. So it's sections like this that need to be finished off, like desperately, will be finished off. Right, okay, so that's going to come across all the way across here, I believe. Where's the stairs for this bit? We covered them over there, that's good. So this line's going to have to come straight across here. I'm going to do this in steel because I want it to add a little extra strength. Right. Let's have a look from upstairs. Okay. Right, yeah, so that's added that line here, which means that what I can actually do is fill this over. Yeah, all of this is weldable from up here. Bunch of rubbish there. Okay, let's get this line out here. Just to provide some sort of structure to put our interior wall blocks within. Okay, good. Rather than go all the way around, I'm just going to do that. I am going to have to literally whiz through all of this because it's a lot to do. So, right, now I know for a fact, I think this is going to be a pretty flat sort of level line. Straight across here. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do anything other than that. We might be able to eventually add some sort of other shapes into it, but it is going to narrow down from there down to here, but at this level, this is basically the top of the roof. There's going to be ways I'm going to add shape to it above this layer. Mostly right now I just want to kind of fill in these gaps. Now here, do I want to do it like that? Ooh. See, this does this all the way across here, but I want to start sort of bringing it in, but I can't do that while we've got this floor bit here. So this slope needs to come out a little further. Which means, actually, these are light armor. These can be interior. But this one here needs to be light. Figure out 3. It's 1, 2, 3. There we are. Okay, so that evens that up. Interiors go in here. Take that out in a sec. I think I'm probably going to need more of those in a minute. Okay, so here we can cover over this bit. So let's do that across here. Yeah, I'm going to need more. Here we're going to need... We need to come across here like that, I think. No, it's the wrong way. Ooh, which way do we go? That way. Yeah, we'll run a couple of pipes across here at least. So that way, and then a couple of them. And the in-between one. Doesn't matter which way round this one goes. So I'm going to run that. No, cabinet makes no sense. Pipeworks one. That one. I think it makes things interesting. Right, that's good. Good. So this bit here needs filling in because we just can't cut across it. But we can fill this right in here so it's protected a bit more. So I'm going to go steel all the way through here. Duh. This block, I don't know, it's probably not going to be airtight in that area, but I can grate over it from the inside, so that's fine. Right, here I have to place and weld. This episode might turn into quite a long one. It's kind of just how it is. But I don't see anybody complaining when we do a long one, so... Yay. Oof. Ah. Good, right. So that's that bit filled in at least. There. Now forward of here, and in that sort of section there, there's quite a lot that needs to be filled in as well. But we've got to get to that bit yet. So here I know I can start filling in some of these bits. So let's get these little slopes in. We can work out how to stabilize those later. That bit there I'm open to, so I don't necessarily need to... Let's see. Out to here. No, I feel like that has to go on there actually. That bit there, the bit I didn't do on the other side. Okay, fine. That'll do. Fill these bits in. Now, when it comes to doing the hull, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to cover that from like a symmetrical point of view on foot. It'll get pretty interesting. That can actually be welded from the floor below, so I don't have to worry about that. That's going to be solid plate. And then we fill... I'm not having to worry about remembering this bit because it's kind of obvious. I'm just following a pattern I already started. And the same here as well. And I've got the unenviable job of trying to figure out how all this blends together. And then we went 2 more there and 1 more of that. Okay. Now, up here, we're leaving a lot of room for a bit more shaping, which is going to have to go on top of here, so it'll be purely for extra armour. But that's not a bad thing. Okay, so now how do we join? Now I've also got to be careful because like I need to make sure that every block is weldable. There's a whole floor in there. All these solid blocks here can be welded from inside. Let's see. Right, so joining this onto that. Do we want a long thin neck here? Don't know. I actually don't know. Well, I think I probably want that to go on a few more blocks. Maybe like to there. We keep that bit. Which technically means that needs to go to maybe 3 more. Some of this stuff is going to overhang, but not necessarily by that much, but we could get to that. 2, 3, yeah. 1,
energy
2,
low.
1. Okay, so we're just starting to feather in a bit. 2, 1. I think that was right. Did I end on the big one? Yeah. Okay, let's go get some energies. I need to find a way into the ship from up here, actually. Into and out of. Well, right now... Well, if I jump off there, I can't get back up. But I've got that weird thing there as well that needs to be sorted out. A way in. Right, let's figure out a way in quickly before I die. Something that's a bit more permanent as a way in. I think if I probably put a doorway on one of these spots here somewhere. I think maybe here actually, because then that excuses our slight issue with the stairs. We've got a little bit of room for a small airlock here, so 2, 3. Oh, let's get our energy first. Let's actually get our energy first. I feel the stairs should still be on the other side, because that's where all the good stuff is. So on this side, there's nothing. Let's move these to there. Okay. Oh. That's a bit strange. These stairs can't be walked on. Why can't these stairs be walked on? Let's make sure that the area is walkable first. Okay, that's a bit odd. Let's try the stairs in the middle then. I know I kind of didn't want to because it leads straight to that, but... Oh. There's a bit of strange walky sort of stairness here. It's not a problem with the actual stairs. I think it's a problem with movement. We're gonna have to do a thing. Retract. So big ship connector retract. Yeah. Right. Let's see if that solves the problem. Nope. Are stairs broken? I mean, the stairs are broken. That's gonna be a big problem. Oh, I've not put them sideways or upside down or anything, have I? No, because it didn't work with the ramp. So, okay, we're gonna have to do a landing gear unlock lock sort of cycle here. So let's see, big feet. We're gonna literally unlock, lock, and then connector. Extend. Trigger now. Problem solved. So yeah, on loading, a ship might sort of like connect down a bit funny and need to be disconnected, reconnected on the ground. Otherwise everything starts going a bit funny. I would say that's confirmed. I would call that definitely confirmed now. Right, exterior door. What sort of door do we want? Okay. Ah, don't close on me. And then on this side, yeah, it's sticking out a bit. So maybe I want to put it in a bit more. Or we sort of mould the ship up to around it. Yeah, maybe we do that. Sort of make a feature of this section. Right, okay. Yeah, I don't want it going in too far. Okay, I need that. Excellent. Right, they're in. I'm going to do the same on the other side. There we go. Right, so that gets us away to and from the hull. Straight out. Right. So these side bits here need to now be made to blend a little bit more. So let's find a block that fits that space there and blends a bit better. I don't think that's... No, that's not right, is it? That one, though. I feel might be good enough. I put that in there. You have to do the same on the other side. That's it. I think. Seems right. Okay, so that's that bit. I'm going to weld this one because I do want to see kind of what I'm producing here. Right. You need to go. I need to sort of... Well, that's not going to blend immediately, so... We might even have to leave that like that. Possibly. No. Oh, that though. Ah. Debris. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. Yeah, okay. I know, I've been struck by debris. It's fine. Yeah, I think that's okay actually. The doorway. Does the job. Yeah, whichever. Okay, I need to get in. Oh, I can get materials from there. Nice. Yeah, so we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay. Took me long enough to figure that one out. Okay. I'm gonna weld these so I can see the doors. A bit easier. Let me in. Right. Okay, good. So that's exterior doors in. From this level, that's good. That solves one problem without creating too many others at the time. Good start. This bit here seems to be like just continuous and doesn't really change here at all. So that there is a thruster straight away from there. I do think I need to just plate straight across here. I think I just need to do that. This though This block here is probably airtight, but I want to sort of put a door on there. Just so we've got the means of like repairing it if we need to. Nice, okay. Yeah, bingo, right. So these here are our cargo things, so I kind of don't want that looking like that. So maybe I can't do a thing about it. I'm probably going to have to change some of these blocks around it. But I feel like right now, it's not the most urgent task. So we'll pick that up when we do the decorating phase. Here though, we've got a lot of thrusters coming and sitting in there. Now, I'm not running anything out through here because it's too close to that thruster. So we're going to ignore that port right there. Just for the moment. So here I think okay. Across here we need to sort of block it off. This whole section here is just not meant to be accessible. Not immediately anyway. We might be able to, we could run potentially no, this whole space here is useless, so access to it though I think still is kind of important, because you can technically run into there. We'll need to put some panels and stuff across these bits, but this is accessible, so I do want to put like a means to get in there. Obviously it's not airtight, but we need that little gap there to get in comfortably. What I could do... That's clearly going to be something like that. What could I do to handle airtight on there? I suppose if we've got a problem big enough to warrant getting in there... I'm going to paint these red, I think, when it comes time. But if we've got a problem big enough to warrant going in there, then I don't think we care about blowing the oxygen in the room. We're going to probably divide this space up a bit anyway, because it's not going to be just a big solid mass open space, because oxygen, or at least historically anyway, oxygen and a big open wide space can lead to oxygen crashes. Let's see, that's going to be wide open, that's going to be wide open down there. We need to sort of blend these in a bit, but see, can I do that? No, let's not get distracted. That's interior work, which we're not doing right now. Okay, let's see. I apologize for those following along. This is a little erratic at times, just as how it is. These need to be interiors, so they need to run the right way, so that way. I need interior plates to do that, so nearest ones are down here, I think. Interior. Because we still can't access those. 90. Okay, good number. Bit of a rush, but I'm trying to still keep the quality in this build, so I sort of don't want to end up in a situation. Oh, I did that on the other side already anyway. Were they still plates, or no? They're good. Okay, we've matched it. Nice. And then we're back to steel again. So that definitely needs to come across there. That's what we've got at the top. I certainly need them, which means I need them. I feel like this space here can be much more, so down there there's room for something, but if I kind of just panel in here, bring this way a bit, and come through quite a bit actually. We don't need to even line up with that, to be honest. Maybe not that far. But then we've got all that stuff around here as well. All this space around here that we need to account for. And that thruster sticks out just a bit further than that. So, actually... we've got a little ways before we start tapering in. Well, we're tapering in a bit to come level with that, but like... then we have to taper it again there in front of the bridge. But I think this bit can slope down at this point. So we'll just bring this across here like this for now, and then on this level I want to just hard straight down. Kind of like that. I have to start chopping away at these bits to make that work, but well, actually no, maybe what are these doing here? Are these serving a purpose? I think they oh, these are covering over the stairs. Got stairs down in there. That's important. Yeah, I know I did that. Okay, which means that has to be solid stuff all the way down. Got a lot of room here that I might end up having to sort of cut into to do something with it, but let's put these blocks in. Right. I've also got to be really careful not to sort of end up with a really odd situation where I can't do the other side because I've done too much at once on one side. I do not remember a warning about meteors. Okay. Sort of came a bit sneakily, that one. Okay, this needs to go. Let's see, actually. I'm just going to take this out for a sec. No, that doesn't have to be like that at all. I need to weld that up. In fact, I need to weld this row. This row here can actually come out now because I sort of changed what I need to do now. That one. Are you doing anything? Nope. It's also not doing anything. That's good. What about this one? I feel like that one might be doing something. Yeah, that's important. We'll keep that one there. Right. Well, that's not bad, but it's not what I want. I want to just literally... What are you doing?
Inventory.
That's a bit annoying. Let's roll a couple of these up. Oh, I need steel plate now. Luckily, there's stuff everywhere, so... Okay. Access to things is everywhere around this ship now. Yeah, that joins onto there. This needs to be more solid. Yeah, that's good. That's a bit less problematic now. So we've got a slope up here which does that. You need to be steel. Okay. Some of this stuff I am welding because it just is a bit of a pain otherwise. Okay. Whoa. Oof. Good. So we'll finally be closing this bit up. All this here though is still a bit wonk at the moment, so I think we literally do steel plate some of this up. That's a whole room down there that needs to be covered over properly. Interiors for this, I think we have to match that aesthetic there. Is that right? It's the same. And I need interior plate to do that. Might as well get the whole thing. Don't hurt yourself. Perfect. It's just a matter of like tidying this lot up now, because right now it's like a bit unfinished, this section. We can always find the way to use the space a bit more later. Okay, that's a bit better now. Does feel a bit better. We'll bring this line. Let's see, if I'm coming down there like that, what does it do to that? I can't cut it off. And that's going to come all the way straight down here. So this line can't do that. It just cannot. Okay. Kind of need to get down to the other side and start trying to get the other side to do the same as this. So we'll go around this. We can't go around that way anymore. Right, so if we're doing that and we're coming across here, well, there's this whole bit here that I needed to sort of finish as well. Now, that needed to be airtighted. I can cover one side of that at least by filling in some of this. Okay. This bit here is kind of part of the whole same thing, so I need to do these blocks again. Good. That one isn't important. Can take them out. Right, so that's not supposed to go anywhere there. Don't think that's a passageway to anywhere. I kind of need to get down there to have a look. No, that's just this room. So I need to fill that space there in from this side. Okay. can get back up there if I do this, don't worry. Right, so that covers that part of this journey here. I need to do sides of it so that we airtight this in, but kind of keep some visibility. My way around this bit. How did I just get hurt from here? So this is all going to get enclosed properly. Yeah, this way. Just make sure everything looks okay for these. We're building a little bit of asymmetricality by all of this because we've made little changes as we've gone. So I don't think it's going to be perfectly the same on both sides. Right, so yeah, that's not so bad. Obviously this line's going to come all the way out here. This space here could be used for something, but I feel like... Okay, yeah, that's her, isn't it? I don't feel like it's... Oh, actually, this slope here... Can't stop there, actually. We've got to continue straight across there. At least on this one block. Needs steel plate. And the heel. Yeah, I think this is going to be a multi-day recording for me. And a lot of cutting out bits for you, so kind of apologise if we leave anything out that's a little bit important detail. I'm going to try not to. Right. Yeah, because of that slope there. So this whole section here. There's going to be a lot of like triple armour. In certain like spots, but we can potentially sort of carve into that at some point in the future and make a bit more of it. Resources straight down here. There we go. Carrying something else, I'm sure. Yeah, a bunch of... Yeah, that's fine. I need to eat. Right. So cut that instead. This bit here needs filling in. I'm not a fan of big empty holes. I want like solid blocks. Feels more sturdy. I slope this block. I just replaced it with a not slope block actually. Yeah, we're going to carry that across here. And then join the slope there. But at a different angle. Not that one. Oh no, yeah, that one. That's fine. Join the slope from there, like that. I'm doing a little bit of welding because I need to see how it looks. Right. More plates. Lots more plates. Okay, so we bring that down to there, then we go across. That stops just before the bridge, one block between. Okay, that's nice. This is going to join onto there, so we don't have to worry too much, but this is going to potentially be a room. We have to do something with that, but right now we don't have to worry about it. I can panel over that. But potentially this could be a space for something. I can't just like block this in solid, so we're not going to do that. So our two lines come out of there, over the top of this. This sort of comes all the way across here and joins on with that. Then around here somewhere. Okay, it's getting a bit hurty now. I think we just fill these bits in. Yeah. Okay. Across here. Well, this comes across quite far. That is a corridor. So we do need to come outside of this a little bit more. So I think this whole line here needs to be solid. Got to protect that corridor. Okay. So we solidify that. Bring it into at least there. Anything we do with this space here needs to be sort of figured out. We could even just sort of plateau that down actually, but yeah. Right, so ow, that really hurt, that one. This was always going to be the hardest bit, trying to integrate the front bit, which was kind of semi-complete, with the back, well, the middle bit, which was conceptually complete, but with a chasm between them and no idea what we were going to do to fill that space in. So that's the thing about freehanding these. I mean, if I'd sat down and properly designed the ship beforehand, which I would honestly recommend you all do if you're going to build something big, but I mean, that would have taken all this into account. However, you've got to do one by freehand at least every now and again to sort of just experience it and keep the skills up, because it'll help with, you know, knowing when to design certain things in or out. It will just make that a little easier. Right, so that's actually got to do that. Doesn't really have much choice there. Okay. This is probably going to end kind of unceremoniously and abruptly with a thruster right in there. Maybe in the side here. Possibly. We are going to need some ions in here. So we could probably use a lot of this space to fill that in with ions, and that'll help. Ah, that's what we can do, because this room was kind of difficult to get to. And it sort of sticks out just a bit random. But it's a good spot for an ion. For a big one. On each side. And then I believe, well, what's under here? Yeah, this is just bordering the big staircase right now. So, big thruster there. Ion on top, and sort of work the design into it. That can help us get a bit more shape. I bring it out to there. So we're sticking out by 2 blocks. Yeah. So we're overlapping 2 blocks there. Put one on the other side. Yep, 2 block overlap. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, yeah. That's the same on both sides. To me, that tells me we don't need to do that now. Spiders. They won't last long. They don't have a way up, so as far as I'm aware, at least, anyway. Bye. Okay, so that's two large ion thrusters on the front. That's perfect. We're going to need more on the back, but we've got loads of room for the back. We're also going to need sideways ions in here, but we've got plenty of space for them there somewhere. This bit feels like it needs filling in a bit. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those long episodes because for those of you that don't need the detail, you can skip a bit. For those of you that want the detail, it's all going to be here. Right, this line here, it just sort of ends there. So I want to... Oh, that's a bit interesting. Can't just end there. I'm going to have to do some stuff with that. I feel I can get away with doing that. Because I can weld it from the side of it. I feel like if we do something like that, room for a weapon there. Can I get a block underneath that without falling off? Can. Good. We have an empty space there which needs filling in, so I'm going to have to sort of figure out how to get to that. I also have a whole chunk that's... Let's get back to that. I have a whole chunk there that sticks out. Where does that even go? Bottom deck. So we might be able to trim that back a little bit, or we may need to sort of taper it in again and do something with that. So this ended here and sloped straight down. Slope, that's that. So 3 slopes. One, two, 3 slopes. Perfect. Okay, good. We can't get too cocky in front of that, so that thruster needs to stay there. Can't really... We could possibly put one below it. But we can't get too close to this bit. I don't know what that's doing. Kind of want to jump down there. Tap, 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 tappity tap. That hurt more than falling off accidentally. That's just ridiculous. Corridor round door. Okay, that's an important piece. I can't just cut that off. So this whole piece needs armoring over. So I'm gonna have to kind of weld a bunch of this up. There, I did definitely miss the block. That's going to need welding in. That slope could be mirrored actually, so let's see, can I weld any of this up? Don't need to weld the outside. Okay. I need to get at least one steel plate. Okay. Need to get some materials. So I need to put a door on here as well, actually. There's a lot still needs to be done. I just really right now just need to get the outside of the ship on. Don't need to do the slopey bits yet. Good, right. Here, I want to mirror that slope actually. Quite happy with it, so going to, well, I'm just going to put the solids in first. There, okay, that's better. So, oh, sunshine, which means radiation time. Walking's getting a bit twitchy. I think they definitely broke something in a recent patch. Walking around on slopes and stuff is getting a bit funny. Not funny, haha. Okay, because it's the outside, I don't necessarily need to weld all this bit up. Right. But I should have thought about that before I just welded all of that before. This is going to be a pretty straight line, so we're going to have to use, like, furniture. Like that thruster, for example, to make it more interesting. That's going to have to come in as well. So that's going to go there. I need more, definitely need more materials. And then we have to figure out the other side as well, which we haven't done any of. Not really, anyway. Let's try and catch up a little bit. Duh. Okay. So that put me even with the other side. Mostly, apart from this across the top here that we're doing. Okay. Get that in. Keep doing that. Stop it. Go. Da, 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 da. And then that's not going to join, is it? Well, that's not the right place for it, because that's just going to get eaten by the thruster, so... Yeah, okay, that's better. The one on top I have to take off. I can get to it from up there. Okay. What joins on the bottom? Then I have to figure out how that's going to join over around to there. It's going to probably slope in and just knock onto that and then slope down at the bottom. These are, yeah, awkward. That's what these are. So I think this wall might need to carry on across anyway, just to make that possible there. Yeah. Yeah, let's fill these in. It's better. Yeah, we'll panel over some of these bits. Better. And that block there really doesn't matter what goes in there, but we'll put one of these in. Right, good. Buffing with details that don't matter right now, but sod it. Good. That works. And on this side, the same. Should be right. Let's just double check that on this side. I haven't done these top ones. Okay. Good. That looks a little better now. There are some bits here that need sorting, so we're going to actually place some blocks in for now. And oh, I'm out of plates. Okay. Okay. 9, right. So we're just going to panel these two on both sides, just to keep them a bit more even. I'll have to find a way up there to weld them. Although we've got that weird can't go uphill bug again. I mean, I can't go upstairs as well. These ones are fine. It's just that, it's just a... Okay, we'll have to do that later. Right, okay, yes, fine. I might need to scaffold outside a bit to do some more stuff out there, but no, I just need to get on the front. Need to eat some food as well. Oh, definitely getting hard to walk around now. Might have to do the little disengage, re-engage trick. Once again. Do it from the cockpit. Okay, we won't do it from the cockpit because I can't get up to the cockpit. Do it from here. Okay, so connector. Retract. Trigger now. And then I need big feet. Unlock. Lock. Well, that did something. Connector. Extend. Trigger now. Fixed it. Really annoying, all of that. Spiders. Okay, so this is starting to come together. No warning again. At least no audible warning. Wasn't spiders. No audible warning at all. Right, so this is level with the bottom of that. Now this thruster is going to go boom really hard and make a mess of anything that's too close. This isn't too close, but I don't like that it's in front of that thruster. So I might have to leave that like that, and these blocks may have to be sloped from about possibly here. Although if the fire already comes out of this bit, we might be able to slope in some of these blocks here. and sort of rejoin that line. We're gonna have to test. I think we're gonna have to test. Okay. So this line here needs to come out. That's the one we were talking about. How far does it go? It joins onto there. Huh. But there isn't anything sticking out on this side on there. Oh, hang on. That's this line. Ah, I've oversloped it on here. That's what it is. I'm adding a line that doesn't belong. At least not yet. Oh, crap. Oh, it does belong there, but sort of a bit different, that's all. Right, I need a slope to get up there. Just for a minute. I will take that down. But all these need to come down as well. I know I heard thunder. I was going to say it's not here yet, but... Short. Gotta get in. Bridge is not safe enough, I don't think. But it's the closest place that's got... Oh! Not good. Cannot withdraw 16 bulletproof glasses. Are we disconnected? Let's have a look. Okay. Connector. I don't think we're fully connected to the base. Yeah, I think we're slightly misaligned there. But our electric storm seems to be going away. We might be able to get out there and actually fix that. Let's just make sure it is going, because last time it did this, oh! Yeah, no, that's not gone. We're going to have to fix all of them as well. That got a bit brutal. And with a lot of the blocks on this ship not being even remotely welded, there's going to be a lot of holes now. Okay, let's go out and sort out that connector. Because that's a bit odd, isn't it? Got a feeling we're slightly misaligned, so it's possible we might need to sort of just jiggle the ship over a little bit. And then we're going to need to do a bit of an inspection and see what we lost in the storm. And hope we don't get any more. Oh, gone right past it. Yeah, so like... I don't think that's... Yeah, that's not even lockable. So we're a little off. We just sort of jiggle the ship over to the side a little bit. We've got a few thrusters on the side so we can do it. Yeah, we just need to move it literally very tiny amount. Okay. We're going to use that camera there to get an idea which way we need to go. So this camera points forwards. So I literally need to move left a little bit. Okay, right. So the first things first, we're gonna disconnect the landing gear. We're gonna thrusters on, and we're just gonna go. Oh no, it is right actually. And that's locked. Okay. So we're just gonna connect with our landing gear. Right. Okay. Oh, and we're now oxygenated. So it was a problem with connection that was causing the airtighting issue. That's a bit weird. A bit very, very weird. Okay, now we can get components. I can actually fix these windows. Need components for that one as well. Okay. Right, so note to self, if airtighting completely fails, just redock the ship. It's very weird. Not good at all, actually. Right, so let's get some more steel plates. Because we're going to need to do some repair work, I think. We definitely lost some stuff somewhere. Let's see if at least what we were working on is okay. I'm liking this, like, all access here, so... right, so what did we decide on that side for this whole bit here? Oh, we're going to have to fix... No, actually, before we do any of this, we are going to have to fix the roof up here. I wonder if I could just jump across. Okay, that's not great, because we lost some bits here, so... yeah, I think this should go all the way across, actually, so I'm going to just get these on now. Yeah. And we'll just jump across here. And I can always jump... I can attempt to jump back. Maybe. Right. There we go. Right, so that decoy there didn't seem to do squat, by the looks of it. Didn't attract any lightning, for sure. But we're going to have to get some of these built in places around the ship anyway. That's looking quite good. I quite like what we've done there. We just get that on both sides. I don't mind even the harsh exit there, but I'd rather sort of slope these in a bit. These bits here, that's not necessary really. I think we could slope back down. I'm a little worried about that thruster. Right, can I get from here to up there again? It's possible. It's possible I could die trying. Or not. Wonderful. Okay, so onwards to sorting these bits out. So, right. In the range of one of these is quite a few blocks actually. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick you up. 9 maybe. Okay, we're going to take these off. At this point here. We'll just allow that right line to run across this way. The run down there, there's an extra run that's coming out that way. I think it makes sense because of how far out that comes and the thruster and everything. So we'll continue that. Along here, but not all, not the same distance. So I'm going to stop that there. So these will all kind of like stagger off to a stop with a slope. Maybe that should come back to only here actually. I want to kind of line up with sort of key elements of the ship. So yeah, like that. That's fine. So we've got our slope that comes all the way down there. And this keeps things walkable as well. Having everything sort of staggered as well, it just means that it's pretty easy to get across the ship. Here to here, I think I do want to actually carry that row on. What's down there? Well, that's there. That leads into there, so that needs walling off anyway. And it needs a bit of extra armor to protect it. That's our main landing gear section, so we have to protect that. Yeah, there's materials. Oh, it is going to be a long one. And yeah, obviously there is going to be some sort of lack of continuity between the two sides, because there are some differences. There actually are some key differences to the way they are laid out and sort of configured. So, right. So we kind of half decided that this side was going to actually be like a space for a room or something, but I think we're too close to the bridge, really. Now, that sticks out, I think, one too many, actually. We are encroaching on getting in the way of that thruster if I start building underneath there, so potential problem. We need to, right, I need to go up and have a look at the other side. Just one of those must-dos. Ow. Yeah, so this is sticking out one further than the whole thing, in fact, so... If I raised it up one, it's going to start getting in the way of that view from there. I definitely want one on there, though. I could put it above that. But then it sort of leaves this wanting a bit. I can't really dig it down into there because this is the stairwell. We might be able to optimize the stairwell to use up a little less space. Let's jump down. So I need to do this side the same anyway. So, right, let's just run that line across here anyway, because that's what we were doing. We're only going as far as... I think it was here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slope. Let's just check we got this right. Actually, we'll just walk across it from here. Bang on. Right, that's good. And then this ends here. Yes. And that one just continues down straight like that. Yes. So we've got both sides there pretty good. As for this though, let's open my visor. We're okay. What I could do is, let's see, because these lines here are going to be, let's have a look. Oh, I'm missing a block. Might have got struck out, or I just didn't put it in, one or the other. But yeah, these lines here are going to be quite low down, so we could... Well, no, I can't just embed it in, because if I embed it in, it's going to be shooting through the blocks. It's got to be fully exposed. Ooh. I know what we can do. Maybe. I think it's probably okay if it sticks out a little bit. We just have to sort of blend in around the top. So, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a bit of blending across here. It could ruin our way around from the back to the front of the ship, though. Unless we use this bit. Oh, we could use this bit. Dilemmas, you know. Actual very real dilemmas here. I mean, the obvious solution would be to remove this whole line of blocks here and whack it in there, but then I think it kind of ruins the line. So we keep it here, or do we bring it back a bit and embed it in there? Yeah, I could probably get away with blending that in better there. We'll take it out on both sides, just so we can stay consistent. That's different, isn't it? Right, so we got the line I'm standing on and then 2 blocks there. The line I'm standing on, 2 blocks there. Okay, that's alright. Let's find somewhere for the thruster. Not that type. Oh, we could go with small. No, smalls are going to be kind of useless, I think. We could go like that. I don't really like it. We could go like that and put it right there. Put it up under that slope there. And then I've got some more room to work around it there. And sort of integrate it in a little bit while leaving space for that thruster. Yes, okay. So this is in line with, well, the front of it is in line with the first window. And it's right up against the edge. Ow. Is that there on the other side? Yes, okay. Right, so the front has to be in line with this window here. So we're just going to butt it straight up against that. 5. Flip it over to make sure it matches. Yeah. I think that feels a bit better there. It feels in that spot that was kind of a bit begging, really. And it means this bit here has to be empty because of the thrusters. We can put a doorway here and bring this in as part of the ship. So, yeah, that's not bad, actually. Right, let's weld some of these up because they're going to be interior.
Energy low.
We're going to get some energy in a minute. Well, straight away I know I need to just join these up. That's immediate, right? This one goes to and then into a slope. This one, well, here I need to put my one of them in straight away. Then here I had I think it was on there. No, it was on that. No, that one. 2x1x1 base, that's it. Was it that? Well, no, it's not that. It's kind of like that. Yeah, and then actually here, well, if I did that, I think I overcomplicated it before because I can just do that. Ooh. Okay, that just worked. Yeah, we definitely overdid that. I mean, yeah, that whole thing there. Could just do that. Yeah. Okay. Much simpler. Right, so that integrates this in. We can armor panel a little bit to sort of protect it. The top of this obviously needs a bit more something. And we're going to have to bring that in. So there we've got a little slope thing happening here. So I feel like we should just do that a couple more times. Oh, we got... We went one further on there. Okay. Yeah, that'll be better. Yes, okay. Let's bring that in this far. What have we got there? We got straight blocks like that. And then this has to transition into that. So how do we transition that to that? Yeah, so we just did that. And then we're on to this shape. Okay. So, where that is there, so we are, where's that strange shape go? There, okay. So that is in line with 1, 2 away from the door on the last run. So 1, 2, so here on that run there, so we just continue that 2, and then we got a transition, so that was on that block, that one. Yeah, okay, and then that leads to that. Let's get our slopes on there. Wonderful. Okay, that's that bit integrated. Here we've got to build this in. So this bit needs to sort of terminate around here. So that's going to probably just be solid. This can just continue to slope up a little bit and meet that. And this wall can come across here and sort of close that off. Yeah, okay. So this bit needs a bit of work. It could be a good spot for some windowing in certain places, but we'll start cutting out and putting windows in when we need to. Food. Right. So let's figure out this block. Slope transition base. We'll remove the thingy for now. Right. Are you one of these? Well, that is right. Huh, no it's not. It's nearly right, it's just the wrong... So we might have to sort of go with a little bit of sort of fudged jank. Something like that. And just sort of have that little bit sticking out, call it a winglet, I guess. Let's see if there's a better option for that. Okay, so that's it. If that was on there, it's a bit too, it's potentially too big. Well, no, it's only too big for that block. But if I had a solid in there like that, then that does actually work. And then we can start bringing these in. So then... Okay, I'm happy... No, I know what I'm doing with that. So that was a light armor slope transition base mirrored. So I need a light armor slope transition base on there. Okay. So here... it's probably one of the oldest blocks in the world, really, to go in there. To be honest, I can just do something like that. Go really old school with that. Because then here, I just need a normal slope. And then we've got that shape that we wanted. That shape that we're using everywhere. Which means this one, we probably actually... just need to do the same thing. Like that. Better. Get there in the end. Certain limitations, you know, but you do with it what you can. So this would be, yeah, the get my rotations right. Then I need
storm inbound.
meteor storm. Lovely. Meter sums are okay. Yeah, that's it. That's... We're not going to die. Yeah, that's fine. That's the same on both sides now. Right. Good. Good, 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 good. So now I can start working these out. These are quite easy now. So let's get onto the right block here. So this continues like that. Kind of just has to. And then we're just onto sort of cornery pieces here. So we're just finding our tips now. Kind of like that. Yeah. I'm going to do that on the other side before I forget. Yeah, as you can tell, I do not have a photographic memory. Position base. So it's that way around. And that just slots in. Okay. This is going to be really long. Transition base mode, but I'm kind of still sort of learning how to do all these fancy shapes. So, because I'm very good at like the technical bits. Not that great at the kind of rest of it. 5. I say that, but at the same time I'm actually producing something pretty half decent right now. I'm going to put that there. I kind of just sort of... No, I should put that there. Yeah, I'm going to tuck one of these in, one on each side of here. That sort of saves me having to sort of figure a lot of this stuff out. And now here, doesn't matter too much if I have a straight line. So we are literally going to... Just need a normal one. There we are. Yeah, we're just going to run something normal across here. Yeah. That bit there, I think it should be airtight, but as with here, we're going to put some stuff along here. That is accessible from the outside for repair. As is, well, this will be as well, so we're going to have to... Well, actually, this was going to be a doorway, because we've got a door at the back, but I want one at the front as well, so... Let's do a proper little airlock here. Good. Let's put some stuff into that just so it's not going to immediately just destroy itself if I tap it. Smashing. I'll just chuck a bunch of steel plate into that thruster as well because it's big. I kind of just don't want it just disappearing on me because it's confusing. Yeah, that's good. That should hold up a little bit. Okay, so that's that, and then we need this line here. I need more steel plates. Ow. Right. Have I got anything in here that I don't want? Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Right. Oh, while I'm here, let's eat something. Right, so this line here, I think it was just a straight bang, 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 bang. Good. That sorts that out. Right, so this is now completely enclosed. I should weld these up. They're not exterior. Good. We might have to panel over that. I'm not 100% certain if that becomes airtight, but we can work that out. Right. What else?
Energy low.
Energy. That's what else. E. How are we holding up? I've been doing this for about 3.5 hours now. And we've had a lot of stormy stuff going on. Kind of don't want more stormy stuff, really. Okay, so this bit, this whole bit needs a lot of work. Top and bottom. Oof. Probably needs to get upstairs. Well, actually, let's go through here and have a look. Okay, so that's a big thruster there. So we've got thrusters pointing up, forward. We need ions pointing back as well. We will need ions pointing down and all of that too, but I can put a load of little ones on for that. This whole structure here needs joining up a bit. Well, we've got these bits here. I think they definitely do need to be welded. That whole run across the top there as well. Oh, struck by debris. I can't work outside in this weather. Not too great. That there is going to point to an area that is most likely going to end up very much non-airtight. So I feel like these bits need doors on them. It's starting to look a little bit like I like doors a lot, but honestly, you can't have too many doors. Why have we got two entrances to this though? Not really necessary, is it? This whole bit of the corridor is pointless. So I think we should just basically make this a proper transition. That one needs to be a different corridor piece. So where's our corridors gone? 8 corridor. No, it's got to be a corridor corner. Yeah. Yeah, that came from an idea that started as one thing and then evolved in something else, but not quite fully. I mean, technically I could have just like done away with the corridor bit and just gone straight across through there, but I quite like the little wiggle. And it does put that door back in the centre again. No, it doesn't. It's a little off centre, but close enough. Okay. All of this floor is going to be needing to be welded, but that will come. These struts here. Now then, these blocks here, some of these can be actually windows. I feel like they probably should be. How many of them? Got to be careful with this because this is quite delicate, all of this bit. The whole roof there, that whole section of the roof there is kind of a bit delicate. Could easily be just sort of blasted out. And these technically aren't joining together properly, so if I put something in here as a window, it's going to need to join the top to the bottom properly. Now, window wise, what options do I have that I like? So there's these. I quite like these. And then there's the bay windows as well. There's also bridge windows. So we're going to put some bridge windows on. We're going to put these on. I'm going to put the bay windows on, and we'll just have a look and see what we like. Okay, let's take you out for a minute. We'll leave that in for the second, just for a mo. And have a look at these bridge windows first. So like that, kind of fits that space quite nicely. We could turn them around and put them like that, but that's going to get weird. So doing that might be okay, but it's going to look a bit weird on the outside. What else do we have? Yeah, see, that would meet up with that alright, I think. It's just a bit short. It's a little bit backwards. The tint's on the wrong side. I feel like they're designed to go out like that. I could turn them around that way, but then you can't see out. So that doesn't really work. That way's cool, but again, you know, the tint's on the wrong side. Okay, so not the bridge windows, I don't think. That counts that out. Let's try the bay windows. Could be an airtight problem. It's tinted the right way. Let's try a different one. We could do a few of these, like little mini portholes. It could be quite an interesting look. Bay windows like that. Okay, so there's that. Or we've got these. Now that would join up the same. I think it gives a little room for something along the top to sort of help with the roof a little bit. Has the little handholds on the outside, which is a bit odd, but I think they're designed to go that way round. There's no tint on these. Oh, got other viewports. Ooh. They don't quite blend though. They would have to sort of sit behind this level, sort of be fully indented in. So these can go somewhere else. As for these, it's the same deal as well. They're not really gonna blend in properly. So I think we are going to have to go with the bays. Right, let's do an example one here. Right across this section. Yeah, I think that's okay. Those blocks on the outside might potentially have to go. We could also change these out for some part of the window as well, but sort of make it slightly panoramic. Let's see what happens if I do that. I think that's right, yeah. So we could do it like that, so we could have like a big sort of bay bit sort of cut into it. Now if we did that a few times, it's going to look interesting. Or what we could do is we could mix a couple of ideas. No, that doesn't work. That's a shame. The slope's the wrong angle. It'd be a reasonably interesting feature, I suppose. Takes up the inside. I think it's on the inside. No, it's not. It's on the outside. Okay. So we do that, or we do the bay thing, but have to sort of do the enclosed bay. I prefer this, actually. I think this is better. So some of the windows could be like that. Some of them could just be side ports. So if we've done that, we have to do the other side. I have to weld this up, really. Trying to weld up most of what isn't just steel plate, because then that makes dealing with the hull welding later much more efficient. Right, that's that. Good. Okay. Right, so there's a couple of windows in. We can put a few more in eventually. I think they don't need to be in right away. We can decide on those shortly. I need to get up top now that the wind's stopped. I do actually need to get up top. I need to remember how to get up top. It was through here. Take a left turn. Round here. We might end up having to put an additional doorway into this bit. Energy's low. Oh, we got energy here actually. Good, right. I have no idea how I'm going to cut this down to a reasonable length, so I probably just won't. It's going to be as long as it is going to be, which means if this episode was late reaching you, that is why. Okay, so we got access across here to the back. We've got access down there to the hydrogen tanks. We've got access to the roof here, which is what I wanted. So we can see. Oh yeah, okay. That's kind of interesting. What we could have done instead was not do the bay windows here and just do the sort of 2x1 slope windows in there. Feel that that's a bit weird from the outside actually. We've already got these weird bits here. That bit here is just a bit strange. Kind of made sense from the inside but not the outside. Okay, so let's... I did something like that. They do meet correctly. I have to go out and have a look. There is a door here somewhere. There isn't a door here somewhere. Oh, and there's no way that way. I have to go upstairs to do it. Oh, I can go up that way. Up and over. Okay, yeah, no, that's not bad. It has a gap, but it's got the window in it, and it kind of makes the window feel a bit more protected. It does mean that block's going to be doing a bit of duty, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay, we're going to go with that. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's just do these and see how it looks with these. Yeah, it's not too crazy, that. Sure. That's fine. I don't mind the overhang as well. Right, you gotta be careful, like, not to get your head stuck out the window, but... yeah. It does mean these bits are out of bounds all the way to there. But they kind of were anyway, originally. We could place something in here, but... where we got these windows, that extra little bit will be out of bounds, but I'm fine with that. Some of this will be like kind of wide corridor anyway. Ow. I need to stop doing that. Okay, so we're going to go with that. I do appreciate the time you're spending actually watching this. Hopefully you're getting something out of it as well. I mean, yeah, I'm changing my mind, flip-flopping, making mistakes and correcting things, but the main idea of that is that it should be giving you some more ideas as to what works, what doesn't work, you know, ideas of what to, you know, what looks good, what's rubbish, so that you don't waste as much time as I am. Right, okay, procrastination over. I've got to get up top and start working our way towards the back of the ship now. So we'll go out here. Right, we're onto the hull now. Yeah, that's not bad. I feel like that works. It's a little unusual, but it's not so problematic because the lines in here still sort of follow. even if it's sunk in, which is good because it means like glancing blows and stuff off angle are less likely to hit the window because there are angles where those windows are not visible. I'm pleased with that. Okay, let's get over towards the back. So this whole section around the back here, this has got to come down. Maybe not too far, but it's got to come down a bit. We need to sort of enclose that a little bit. We need to work in some rear-facing ions. Do we replace? I don't know if we replace them. I think we should replace them with the fancier looking ones, but we can do that when we get closer to it, because at the moment we have no means of getting there. None of this section here is walkable. There's some blocks and stuff like in the way there, so you could never get through to it. You could walk down underneath these blocks along the hydrogen tank, but you'd come unstuck at some point. Oh, darn it. Yeah, through there. Didn't actually mean to fall down there, but we're here now. Okay, let's find our way back up. Right. So, well, the easiest thing to do right now is just to sort of start blocking in where the solid bits are. The bits we know we have to fill in. So, okay. And then we can kind of deal with the intermediate spaces later. This is how I've always done it. Sort of do what you know. That will eventually guide the rest. Okay, now I am happy having sort of contrasting shapes next to each other. So we could go from that straight into something like this. There'd probably be a dirty great big weapon on that, but we'll get to that. That naturally leads onto that, which finishes this thing. So then that means we can go down one without having to come down two. So we can go down one and go across at the same time. But none of that made sense. Right. It means we've transitioned from a linear sort of drop to a slightly more sort of like wider one, so we can use up more sideways space before we run out of the up-down space. If that makes sense. It's a little bit obtuse, but here I may want to just mirror that back out. Just to sort of give the thruster a little bit of a border. Might want to do that one later though, because we're not even halfway down the thruster yet. So at this point here, yeah, but we've transitioned there into half blocks, and we can. Oops. Okay, we could pick that up later. So yeah, I think we need to transition into solid blocks here. I don't want too many sort of weak points. So the in-between there, we're going to have to put something underneath that. Okay, do the halfway through the thruster bit. We're already higher than some of that, so I think we can't really. Oh, I need steel plate. Yeah, that's lucky.
Energy low.
Energy's low. what do you know? Well, we've got a shape there that I kind of want to carry on, but I need to do that then. Okay, and then I'm transitioning to that. Yeah, that works. Okay. Right, so let's do what I did there again. So went straight into solids right there. Did 3 of them, and then we went straight into that shape. Nope. Yeah. Okay. So it's already adding a little bit of space for some interest in there. Yeah. I think 2 ions in each direction is not enough to push this ship at any rate. So we're probably going to have to work some more in, but we can use small ions for all of those. But the top ones, we've got loads of ions pointing up. Going to need loads pointing down. We've got a few going in the other direction, going for reversing. We've got no ions pointing forward, so we're going to be weaving some ions into this chunk. There is a possibility that we're not going to get this all the way here on this episode. As you can tell, this is taking a long time already. But the main thing is that the majority of the hull, at least the main hull, is done. Right, here, let's see. This whole bit here is sort of just hanging off by a few pipes. So this is crying out to be integrated with some real solid blocks. So this bit here, I think we're just going to do that internally. Externally, we may have to do something a little bit more involved. Here, I think needs something. Actually, no, it just needs to be another solid, I think. That means that can go. It could be a slope instead. It's a bit hard to visualize without actually being able to sort of fly away and get a distance from it. This bit has to be integrated as well. We may well be at a point where kind of need to see some of this welded up first, but I'm going to see if I can get a lot further than this. Right, so now we've got some more shapes that we need to do here. I think I can carry on what I was doing there.
Energy critical.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get some energy in a sec. Well, I'm probably gonna have to get some energy like now, actually. Right. Luckily, there's a nice doorway there. You're never that far away from an energy point in this ship, which I consider to be a little win. Right. Oh, we need to let our radiation disappear a little bit. Goes down while I'm under these, actually, which is unusual because the sun's shining straight through it. I mean, it will cast my shadow. We can get back out to here now. Right, tail section. Tail sections are always a bit of a faff for me. Let's see. I need to transition that chute. Oh, you can walk out onto the end of there. Okay, that's good. I was always under the impression that like some parts of this geometry you might just fall through. While I'm here, no, it's going to be too much work to change these out for the others right now. I'd have to. It'd take forever to disassemble them. No, maybe not.
Meteor storm inbound.
Right. Okay. We've got to do the disassembling of these things first. These welders are dangerous, so we're gonna have to turn them off. Woohoo. I need to know if there's any other welders pointing at these. No, I think we're good.
Inventory full.
Is it there or is it there? I feel like it was just there touching everything. Because it sort of acted as a backup feed for these bottom ones. Okay, that's good. Let's turn you on and get that welded. The shape of it feels a lot easier to integrate. More straight lines. Less complicated sort of shaping. Right, we need to turn this off again so I could do these bottom ones. Now, here I don't easily have somewhere to place the materials when I take them off. Oh, okay, you need to be turned off. We're going to have to remap all the thrusters again after all this. But these are... they stick out less, and I'm happy with that. These felt a bit slightly clumsy. I might need to put a cargo container on just so I can deposit stuff. Let's see. 9. Do I have easy access anywhere? Whoa! No, don't fall around. Nope. Okay, so this is a spot where I'm going to... oh, I've already taken everything. Oh, actually, there. I literally just need to make it possible to get up to there. No! I just fell through everything. Run, 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 run. Okay, if you think this episode's getting a little tedious by now, you're right. We're going to do all these with these new thrusters. Yeah. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I need to have a quick look at how everything is actually before I do too much more. So let's let's get a little bit distance from here. Did I put a little way down here anywhere? I don't think I built a way down from that side. Okay. Get a bit of a distance. I've got my gun. Spiders turn up. Hopefully the base will catch it first. Okay, yeah. So yeah, these conflicting slopes and stuff are not too bad. Probably could do a change in that one for a more gradual. No, actually, no, I quite like that. Yeah, we've got some proper angles going on here. And then this bottom bit's going to have to do something as well. Yeah, and then we've got ions across here. So we've got hydrogens and then ions. Or we split this up into 2 floors. And ions underneath there. Could work. Okay. So yeah, I've got a fair bit to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly, well, not very quickly, but for you, very quickly, change out all these thrusters for the new ones. I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Okay. That's, yeah. I nearly started this a couple of seconds earlier, but spiders suddenly decided to come and try and chase me. So this is, yeah, this is the end result. I think I might have forgotten to turn some of these off. Yeah, I left these ones on. Is that? No, it's just fallen debris. Let's turn these off. But yeah, anyway, so the little ones, they look cool. I think they integrate a lot better. Less weird stuff going on. These ones, they're just great. I think they just look more the part. They fit the ship better. Let's get my gun. I'm not stepping out there without it. Would have been chased a few times with this. So that, I think that integrates so much better. It's great. And look at, you see, I'm so glad that we had welders on near enough all of these, because it was a little bit easier to replace them. Just literally a matter of, you know, turn the welder off, remove the old one, put the welder back on, and off we go, you know. So yeah, these look great. And on, kind of that's a bit normal, but if I put it on, I'll put a little override on it. That just looks really good. There's this whole section here that needs to be sort of continued along. I feel like those, what kind of blocks are those? They'll be heavy, I think, aren't they? I think they're heavy armor by the looks of it. But that's because we've got the whole power plant thing there. So these are going to end up being brought up to join these, and then we're probably going to have to step up over the top of them. Sort of following the line, but a little higher around that area. So we have to work that in. And then as we come over to the top of there, coming out this side, sort of in with all of this, we've got to be very careful when doing this not to inadvertently weld these two together. Otherwise this gear becomes fully static at that point. We're also going to need to give this room to extract itself back up. The piston, which is quite well hidden at this point, there, needs to be able to bring this up 2 blocks like that. So some of this is going to actually be completely exposed to space, and I need to get some energy. So some of this is going to be completely exposed, but we're going to skirt around it, literally. That may be a challenge for another time and place, potentially. Our primary goal right now is to have a flyable enough ship to be able to depart Pertam, get ourselves to somewhere a little bit more favourable for building, and then continue from there, I think. Maybe. Slight acceleration to the plans, but yeah, we might need some help with that. So yeah, I think at this point, I think I've done enough for right now. This episode's already going to take an eternity to edit, so when you get this, it'll probably be late Saturday, I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You're watching it now, you know when it released. There is a possibility that we may have an additional episode coming between now and the next weekend. Possible Christmas special, maybe? Yeah, but anyway, this is where I'm going. Actually, no, not in the pilot seat. Duh. Weather, low winds, that's a new one. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to leave that here, and we will catch you next time. Look out for the notifications, hit that bell if you want to catch the next one, because I'm not 100% certain what actual day it's going to launch on. There's a lot of work that's going to go into the next episode, so definitely try and catch it when it comes out, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.